stop being greedy. But when it gets dark, it's like a nigga's having dreams. All night then. Will I, kill I, think death is wrong. So I'ma keep.
Yo, the way he is weak. First of all, it's like it's two personalities in this song. He goes from, well, I think death is wrong. Because if it called for me to force my way in the dog, right? The way his voice inflections played into the cool, calm, it's almost like Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde, to like, you know, which one was the crazy motherfucker? Hyde?
I don't know
the
which
monster?
one. I think it was Hyde.
I think Hyde, if Dr. Jekyll was like the calmer one, and Hyde was the monster.
Yep.
That's how this song felt to me, like split personalities.
Yes.
With this crazy ass spooky organ in the background. Man.
It was so hard though too, man. The beat is hard, man. The way he flowed, to your point, was hard, man. And I just love what this song's about. Like, Stop Being Greedy. The way I took this is he's talking to like all these other artists that are fucking already put on, you know, in the music game and shit like that. Stop being greedy. Let somebody else eat, because I'm about to come take your plate now. Like that, like I'm on the scene now. You done ate long enough, man. You know what I'm saying? Stop hating.
That's right.
Let me get mine. You know what I'm saying?
Or I'm going to snatch the plate.
I'm going to take it. Like, dude, it's my time. Everybody has their time to shine, right?
And this was his time.
And it was. That doesn't happen when you just come out with an album and you just,
dude, this
just fucking out of here. So
this was a #1 album, right? And then he dropped Flesh of My Flesh, Blood of My Blood, another #1 album in the same year.
Yeah, that's a great point.
Platinum, like, dude, I don't know where they're at. I'm sure he's probably close to diamond if he's not already diamond on these albums. Like this, he dropped 2 #1 albums in the same year. To get 1 #1 album for a big time artist ever is an amazing achievement. To get 2 #1, and both them joints is arguably, this is definitely a classic. Maybe we'll get the Flesh of My Flesh, Blood of My Blood. We gonna say
that was hard too. Dude, my ribs are touching. I'm hungry, man.
So
I'm
make
hungry.
me wait.
Yeah, so if you making me wait, bro, you know, I may have to just snatch your shit.
Fall is what I get sick with. I've been eating long enough now. Stop being greedy. Dogs like scratch, shake, and hold all night. Begging me to stop, but at least he died. Everything else black. I've been eating long enough now. Stop being.
The way he said, begging for me to stop, but at least he died hoping. And then he ended it by saying 2 glowing red eyes. Everything else is black.
Yeah.
Right? You know what I'm saying? Begging for me to stop, but at least he died hoping. Didn't get his wish, and now he's a dish for the pack.
Yeah.
2 glowing red eyes, and everything else is black. So the way the picture he painted on that is just, again, dark, spooky, right? Just scary, menacing.
And I don't know if you could deny DMX. The way he's able to do things like this, it's just special, man.
And all the runners up are thanking me for their help. Locks off the cage with the buckshot going through you, hit your mother.
You've been lucky all day.
That's when your luck stop. Man.
I've been lucky all day.
With the buckshot. It's the way, how visceral and how mean and just vicious this was so. But when he said locks off the cage with the way his voice sounded,
it was menacing, right?
The tonality of it. What I love about this, how I've always taken this song, right? When he's in the 3rd verse, he says, "When the sun is up, the gun is up on the shelf, and all the runners up is thanking me for their help.
Yeah.
Hoping that they not around when it gets dark outside. Right? You know what I'm saying? Then he said, sun's going down, you hit a bark outside. Locks off the cage, gauge with the buck shots. Homie, you've been lucky all day. That's when your luck stops. So how this always played out to me is he's drawing a parallel to like a werewolf, but like a street dude. Right?
Yeah.
When you say when the sun is up, you know, when obviously we know when the moon is out, that's when motherfuckers turn into werewolves, right?
Dogs come out.
Right, when them dogs come out. Rough. He's howling at the moon, he's barking throughout this entire song, but he's talking about some street shit, right? When the gun is up on the shelf, and all the runners up, all the people that didn't get killed, they're thanking me for surviving, right? But it's like, as soon as that sun goes down, just like with a werewolf, the wolves come out, the street wolves come out, right? So there's a parallel between werewolves, right? Dogs, werewolves, barking, all that, and just how menacing it gets after dark in the hood. The parallels that he did there was so brilliant to me.
It was nasty.
You don't want to be outside in any hood.
No.
In any serious hood, in Chicago, in city, New York, or whatever, you don't want to be outside when it gets dark. Because the gun
scared to come outside.
Yeah, shout out to Lil Durk. Shout out to Lil Durk. So that was nasty, man. And his voice, if I can't say enough about how he raised his temp, like it went from, you know, the sun's going down, you hear the bark outside. Locks off the cage with the buck. The way he
Because he's transforming.
He's transforming into a werewolf. He intensified his voice. Like, this is Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde. This is, you know, regular dude turning into a werewolf. So brilliant track.
Yeah, it is.
And I don't think people really looked at that track. When people mention DMX tracks, I'm like, no, that track was the second single off of this album. And I was like mesmerized by that when I first heard it. I was like, this is some other shit.